I will say it as a fan and nothing else. Losing Kenneth Walker III hurts, but watching Zach Charbonnet start the season on the PUP list feels like a major gut punch to our Seahawks backfield. This leaves the door wide open for rookie Jadarian Price to step into a massive role much faster than anyone anticipated. We have two things to cover: the reality of this injury situation and exactly what this means for our offensive identity moving forward. The more details emerge, the more vital it becomes to understand our path ahead. Please like, subscribe, and comment your city below. Let's get into it. We are a brand new channel pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers, and every single person who joins this community helps us keep going. The Seattle Seahawks face a significant transition in our backfield as the team prepares to defend our Super Bowl title without Kenneth Walker III, who departed in free agency for the Kansas City Chiefs. Adding to our challenges, Adam Schefter reported that Zach Charbonnet will start the season on the physically unable to perform list while he recovers from an ACL injury. This news is a tough pill to swallow for fans who watched Charbonnet and Walker form such a formidable duo during our championship run last season. And honestly, it feels like the identity of our rushing attack is being completely reinvented overnight. With Charbonnet sidelined, the spotlight now shifts to Jadarian Price, our number 32 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Price represents a departure from the style we saw with Walker, as he brings a process-oriented mindset and experience from a committee system at Notre Dame. While Walker frequently expressed frustration over splitting carries, Price appears eager to embrace the workload and has publicly stated he is ready for 15 carries a game as he acclimates to the professional level. It is a massive adjustment for a rookie to step from a college rotation into the lead role for a defending champion. Yet Price remains confident that his time in minicamp and OTAs has prepared him for the pressure. As we watch him compete against veterans like George Holani and Emmanuel Wilson during training camp, the question remains whether Price can truly replicate the explosive production we need to remain a top-tier rushing offense. With such a heavy burden placed on a first-year player immediately, we have to wonder if the coaching staff is prepared to scale back the complexity of our playbook to help him succeed, or if they will trust him to carry the full load right out of the gate. The most surprising development for our Seattle Seahawks is that rookie running back Jadarian Price is already preparing for a potential workload of 15 carries per game to open the season. This situation arose rapidly after Kenneth Walker III departed for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Zach Charbonnet was placed on the physically unable to perform list while recovering from an ACL injury. Here's what people are missing regarding the team's internal strategy. While past seasons relied on the explosive, individualistic style of Walker, the front office and coaching staff under Mike Macdonald seem intent on shifting toward a process-oriented backfield that prioritizes depth and system compatibility. Historically, our organization has valued durability and team-first mentalities over the high-usage, star-dependent models seen elsewhere in the league. By bringing in Price, the number 32 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the front office is clearly signaling that they prefer a player comfortable in a multiple-back system rather than one focused on individual accolades or volume statistics. This is a deliberate philosophical pivot, perhaps informed by the lingering frustrations from previous seasons, where the dynamic between our lead backs became a public distraction. Behind closed doors, the staff is likely viewing this as a clean slate, allowing them to test whether a rookie like Price or veterans like George Holani and Emmanuel Wilson can sustain production without the friction that defined our previous backfield. It is a bold, calculated risk to lean on a rookie during a championship defense campaign, but the team believes this structured approach will foster better chemistry on the field. As we watch Price navigate these high-pressure reps during training camp, we must remember that the goal is not just filling a roster spot, but finding a consistent contributor who understands the importance of the team process over personal glory. Moving beyond the surface of these headlines, it is time to look at the practical implications for our squad as we approach a crucial year. The bottom line here is that the departure of Kenneth Walker III and the unfortunate placement of Zach Charbonnet on the PUP list leaves a massive void in our backfield that requires immediate attention from the coaching staff. With Charbonnet still recovering from his knee injury, our offense faces a genuine test of depth earlier than anyone anticipated. This reality elevates rookie Jadarian Price into the spotlight as the primary ball carrier during the first half of the season. While Price brings a different skill set than what we are used to, his experience in a rotation-heavy system at Notre Dame suggests he is well prepared to handle a workload of roughly 15 carries per game. As we navigate the opening slate of matchups, the reliance on Price and veterans like George Holani will define whether our ground game remains a cornerstone of our offensive identity. Our ability to sustain drives without an established superstar will be the primary factor in how we stack up against our division rivals. If Price can successfully bridge the gap during these opening weeks, our overall trajectory for the postseason remains firmly intact. However, failing to find consistency on the ground could complicate our path through a very difficult conference schedule. We are moving from a period of star-driven production to a process-oriented approach, which emphasizes collective effort over individual brilliance. If our young running back room can embrace this philosophy while managing the pressure of the professional stage, we have the tools to remain competitive regardless of who is lined up in the backfield. We must watch these early training camp sessions closely to see if Price truly has the composure required to thrive as our lead option. The departure of our Super Bowl hero Kenneth Walker III for the Kansas City Chiefs certainly stings. Yet the current situation with Jadarian Price presents a fascinating high-stakes opportunity for our offense. By drafting Price with the 32nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the front office clearly prioritized a team-first philosophy that values process over individual ego. The upside here is substantial. Price brings a selfless, collegiate-style versatility that could keep our ground game efficient, while Zach Charbonnet recovers from his ACL injury on the physically unable to perform list, as noted by Adam Schefter. What makes this even bigger is that Price is already acclimated to a rotation-heavy system from his time at Notre Dame. However, the downside is undeniable. Asking a rookie to carry the primary load after transitioning from a college dual-back system is a massive leap that risks burnout or inefficiency. Experts around the league are closely watching how this unfolds, specifically debating whether Price can truly handle a heavier workload compared to veterans like George Holani or the former Green Bay Packers powerback Emmanuel Wilson. Many analysts worry that banking on a rookie during a championship defense campaign might be a gamble that puts too much pressure on a young man not yet tested in a full NFL season. Here is where I land on this. While the organization is rightfully optimistic about Price being ready for 15 carries a game, the hype surrounding his potential as an offensive rookie of the year feels premature and perhaps a bit overblown. We have seen young backs struggle with the speed of this level before. I believe that while Price will contribute, we must exercise patience and temper our expectations until we see how he holds up against the physicality of a real Sunday matchup. When we examine the departure of Kenneth Walker III, alongside the news that Zach Charbonnet will start on the physically unable to perform list, the clear path forward for this franchise is a total commitment to building a deep, process-oriented backfield. This transition represents a shift away from individual star power toward a balanced, team-first system that prioritizes long-term durability and versatile skill sets. As Seattle Seahawks fans, you should feel optimistic because we are pivoting to a structure that allows hungry rookies like Jadarian Price to prove their worth immediately. What nobody is talking about is how this adversity actually clears the deck for a true culture shift where the collective system matters more than the individual ego. Price has already demonstrated a mature mentality by embracing the spotlight and the physical demands of his upcoming rookie campaign. While the transition from college to the professional level is significant, his experience within a shared backfield at Notre Dame prepares him well for this opportunity. We are watching a deliberate effort by the organization to replace high-maintenance talent with players who value the process over personal accolades. This could be the spark that helps our team remain competitive while maintaining that Super Bowl winning standard we all cherish. With Zach Charbonnet working to return from his knee injury, do you believe Jadarian Price will secure the starting running back role by the end of training camp? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. We are still pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers, and every one of you helps us get there. Go Hawks! I'll see you in the next one. Your support truly means everything to this growing community, and we cannot wait to bring you more exclusive content throughout this exciting NFL season.